Hello everyone, and welcome back to RuneScape. So today we're going to be doing a court case, but since those aren't very exciting, we'll be doing a few things before we get around to it. First and foremost, something actually really big, which is, it is finally time to get our first 120. Can you guess what it is? It's kind of obvious. It's Invention. I have been working hard on this. In anticipation, I went ahead and bought a Brooch of the Gods, which has been pretty useful because that gives you invention components for free. Took up half my money though, but you know, I wasn't using it, so that's nice. Other things I've done is I did buy some Pernix gloves and boots, and I can't remember if I bought anything else particularly special. I am finally breeding dragons in the player-owned farm, so that's something. I bought some of those. But yeah, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and just real quickly get this out of the way. There we go. Nice. We got 120 announcement. Been waiting for that one. So yeah, what do we unlock at 120? True Skill Mastery, that's it. Boring. You would think there'd be something at 120 invention, but there is not. Except for the cape, which is pretty good stuff. There we go. Alright, so now we can go ahead and plop this thing on over on Anachronia on my cape stand, because I believe right now I have the plain cape over there. But now we have a much better cape, which gives you a better chance of getting rare components or whatever from disassembling stuff. I don't know if it applies to the, whatchamacallit, the spring cleaner. I don't know if it applies to that, but it applies to everything else, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, sorry about that little interruption, but we are now back on the road to the skill cape stand, and yes, there it is. Good old plain cape. We'll go ahead and remove that and get this thing on there. And it looks the exact same, disappointingly, but it has the better effect, so we can be happy on that one. But yeah, so that is invention out of the way. We can go ahead now and head on over to Seer's Village to do the actual purpose of this episode, a court case. After this one, we only have 3 left, which is good because I really don't like the court cases as an episode that much, but I do feel the need to do them. So, I'm happy that the end is in sight on these, and I won't have too much longer of getting them from clue scrolls or wherever else you get them from. And then we'll be done. I'm just gonna dump all my items in here. I guess I could show you. There's my shiny Brooch of the Gods with some effigies in it, because I actually did the effigy incubator once, which is nice. I don't really like it, but you know, you gotta do 12 of them for an achievement, so I've been doing that. Oh, I guess the one other thing I did that I was trying to remember is I did upgrade my Bone Crusher to have the auto pickup feature. And I was motivated to do that, which it did take quite a while. That's part of why I went a little bit without an episode, is because I was working on that. But that was also a way to use the Brooch of the Gods and get invention XP from gathering various arc resources. But at 108 archaeology, you get a relic. That sounds pretty cool. All guaranteed bone and ash drops are noted, and I feel like that could be fun. I did confirm it combines with the Bone Crusher pickup feature, so I feel like that could be a fun one to run every once in a while. My big question is, does it work for Big Game Hunter? Because I'm so lazy to pick up those bones and bank them every time, but if it just did that, I would probably do a lot more Big Game Hunter. Anyway, let's talk. Wait, I deposited my stupid port summons. I'm so smart. You might have retrieved it for me, but, you know, I'll retrieve it myself. Alright, summons. There you are. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try out that invention thing, whatever, the archaeology thing, once I get 108, which I just got 107, so I'm a ways away. But, you know, it'll get there soon enough. Alright, court summons. Would you like to defend or prosecute? We are going to defend the mime. Alright, we gotta look in the filing cabinet. What do we got here? Alright, case reports. I guess we'll glance at these real quick. Wearing gloves, no fingerprints. He doesn't give any answers because he doesn't talk. And his true identity is unknown because he doesn't take his mask off. We should all be used to that by now. Speaking of that, I did get my first shot the other day, so that's cool, I guess. Can't you talk to me? How are you going to tell me what happened? You're going to mime it to me, aren't you? Okay, well, get started. I don't have all day. Great. Yep. Alright. I'm pretty sure it's you went looking for a party. I glanced at the wiki page for this before I started. I wasn't anticipating doing it by memory, though. You went to the party and saw a pretty girl? This guy is very skilled. Yes. I understand everything now. You asked her to dance and she agreed? I assume you would tell me if I guessed it wrong. Her boyfriend showed up? He was less than happy with you dancing together? Wow, that is some fast jumping there. Is that even like a normal emote? What he was doing there before? I don't even know. Alright. You taunted the boyfriend and he got really angry? Wait, what happened next? Did you fight him? You got knocked out and don't remember? So you don't know what happened. Well, that's going to complicate things. Alright, is that it? Is that everything we need? I'm gonna have to actually look at the guide. Yeah, that is actually everything that we need, apparently. I mean, I'm not really sure what we're supposed to be doing here. It sounds like he got assaulted and now he's in court for some reason. I don't know why he's the one being taken to court. This trial is to determine the guilt or innocence of the mime for mimicry. Is the prosecution ready? The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Is the defense ready? Defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, the prosecution may present its case. Members of the jury, I am going to present you with evidence that decisively proves this mime was illegally mimicking and loitering in a public place. The prosecution calls the mime. Oh no. Please state for the jury what happened to you before your arrest. Please don't make me wait through this all. Oh no, I'm not gonna read it out again. I mean, you can all see what he's doing, so I don't need to read it, obviously. It's all clear as day. And what is happening here, really? I mean, I don't even know why they bothered to put subtitles on this when we can all tell what's happening. Alright. I like that he at least summarizes it. And he actually summarizes it a little differently than how I did. There that crazy jumping thing is again. Okay, well clearly you shouldn't have danced with the girl. You then proceeded to taunt the boyfriend with mimicry and he called in the constabulary. I think that's pretty cut and dry. Cut and dry is what? Okay, now they call the arresting officer. So you found the defendant unconscious near the party room in Falador, correct? Yes, the defendant was exactly where the anonymous tip said he would be. He didn't look injured, so we brought him in for further questioning, which he resisted. Further questioning of witnesses led us to believe the tipster had been correct. That the mime had been annoying people with mimicry and loitering? Yes, at least one other person spotted him in the vicinity, loitering. Wow, loitering. You can only do that in banks. Party Pete, is it? In the case report, it says you saw the defendant in the party room shortly before the tip was called in. Could you tell us what he was doing? He was throwing some pretty righteous shapes on the dance floor. Was he bothering anyone? Hardly, dude. I mean, he was getting down with some gnarly mime moves. I can only guesstimate that someone thought he was making fun of them, but I dug it. I gotta get myself an invisible box. He rocked that box. Yeah, that was kind of a fail. I think that's enough. It's time for you to summarize your case to the jury. We've had a request from the mime's interpreter that you do it using emotes, so that he can better understand what is going on. Yeah, I don't think that really makes any sense. Clearly you would do it in both ways, if you really had to do that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Alright, now it's my turn. I guess it's just going to be my turn. Okay, so what do I need to do exactly? We are defending. We need to call the mime. I would like to call a witness. The mime. Alright, I think as far as court cases go, this one is one of the least exciting ones possible. Okay, I need to talk to the mime, ask about the girl. Was the girl a mime as well? So, she could have mentioned her boyfriend before flirting and dancing with you, but she failed to do so. How were you to know that she was taken? You were innocently asking for a dance. Wow, that seems very likely. Alright, what else we got? Gotta call the arresting officer now. I would like to call a witness, please. Mr. Arresting Officer. Alright, and the tip. You received a tip that the mime was acting inappropriate in public, correct? Yes, the tip said the mime was loitering near the party room and mimicking people, which was causing irritation. And this tipster was on the scene? Did you speak to them? No, the tip was anonymous. When we arrived on the scene, no one was around, so we had no proof that the mime had done anything wrong. Still, he resisted arrest and was uncooperative during questioning, so we held him. He was unconscious. We then discovered that Party Pete had witnessed events similar to what the tipster had said, and felt it was enough to pursue charges against the defendant. That's a pretty weak reason to detain my client. No proof of any crime being committed, no witnesses, and an anonymous tip which may or may not have been a prank. I would say it's more an ulterior motive for the tip. Alright, now we need to call Party Pete. I would like to call Party Pete, who's already kind of done my job for me because he already said what he needed to say, but you know. Let's ask him about the mime. You saw the mime at your party? Rectamundo. He was throwing some pretty righteous shapes on the dance floor. I said that before. Did you see whom he was dancing with? Nuh-uh. I'm pretty sure it was a girl, but I didn't get a good look at her. I was too busy being bounced around the dance floor by the beats. Did you see the altercation between the mime and the boyfriend? I think I caught a glance of a dude nearby. I don't know if they were talking to each other or not. I don't think they were talking to each other. You know, I just have an idea that maybe the mime wasn't talking to anyone. So they didn't look like they were having a fight? The mime wasn't provoking him or making rude gestures? No way, homie. He was dancing like he was possessed by the demon of funk. Dude has killer moves. I gotta get me an invisible box. I mean, the mime already admitted he had interacted with a boyfriend. I think that will be enough. It's time for you to summarize your case to the jury. Yes, we've had the request to be a thing, and we need to bow, dance, raspberry, cheer. Bow, dance, raspberry, cheer. I believe we've heard enough. Would the jury please pronounce the verdict? Their verdict? Not guilty. Very well, you are hereby declared not guilty by a jury of your peers. You are free to go. Hooray! How can they be peers? None of them are mimes. Come on. Alright, let's get out of this nonsense. Only 3 more to go. Well, hello, I'm glad you stopped by. I have a reward for you from the last case you completed. You'll need to collect it before you can do any more cases. Great. And there we go. Combat XP, mystery box, and a fainting emote. For some reason that XP reminded me I got 120 invention without the pet. Very sad. I love that you can put that in Herblore. That is just so fun compared to not being able to put it in Herblore. Wow, that's a lot of monkfish. Huh. Right, well anyway, so something interesting is you get the faint emote. I don't know if it actually said that. I assume it did. But you do. Finding it on here is kind of difficult though. I assume it's kind of near the top. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this is a reward from this, apparently. I never knew that. So that's a thing. But yes, that is another court case. I almost said treasure trail. Another court case out of the way. Very happy to be done with that one. And we got 3 more to go. Next episode will be probably a mini quest, I think. And it shouldn't be too long because now I have obtained a lot of my goals that I was working on this month with the 120 invention. I got the Bone Crusher upgrade. We're pretty close to a Slayer level, actually, as well as a farming level is getting a little close. Yeah, that's about it as far as things that are going on. Obviously, I gotta get my money back up there. This is a lot of money, obviously, but, you know, it's not the 200-something that I had before the Brooch of the Gods. But that thing, I think, was a worthy investment. I don't think the price will ever go down so low that I'll feel bad about it, and getting all those free invention components is going to really add up, especially once I actually get a rare one, because so far I've only gotten the uncommons, and that's helpful and all, but you know, the second I get one of these things, that's going to be really, really fun. I also need to make use of these. I've been holding off on making any new gizmos, trying to make anything good until I got 120. So now is the time where I want to get, and I'm probably going to say it wrong, but Karoming, I have no idea. I've never heard anyone pronounce that word. I've only been seeing it in RuneScape for a few years, so I don't know the correct pronunciation, but yeah, I want to get that, obviously, set up, and I don't know if I'll put it on, I forgot I took off my weapons, but I don't know if I'll put it on Decimation or a Crystal Bow, or if I don't know if I'll buy like a specific weapon to put it on and just have a multi-combat weapon. I don't really know my plans yet, but I definitely want to get that and a whole bunch of other things. You know, this is now my time for me to actually start taking invention slightly seriously, and hopefully the Brooch of the Gods will help out with that. I guess a good use for it would maybe... A good use for 120 would be Scav 4 to help get more stuff to make more things. I think right now I only have 2 on various things, so we can look. Augmented. Yes. Scavenging, we don't really have all that much. 2. Yeah, I think... Oh, is that 3 there on this? I don't know. I think that is 3. Yeah, so we do have 3 on this one, but I don't use this one very much, so that's not good. Yeah, it'd be nice to have 4, because that's actually a really good one to have, just in general. And yeah, but anyway, that is about everything for this episode. I will see you guys next time, and I guess I'll say I probably want to do, what is it? Foreshadowing, I think is what I want to do. Yeah. That is what we want to do next, because I kind of missed out on this one. I kind of, like, my brain skipped over its existence when it came out. So I would like to do that. So that is most likely the contents of the next episode. I will see you then. Bye.